Yo, how's it going on, guys? Welcome back to another. Nah, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to another Field of Dreams.
Wow.
Welcome back to another Field of Dreams episode podcast with.
Jusmix, aka the Magician.
Yo, how's it going on? And yeah, if there's no other further introductions, let's just get straight into it.
Word. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty decent, doing pretty solid. I got a couple things coming up my way in the next couple of months.
Ooh. Can't wait to see that. I'm excited.
True. In truth.
Let's set this right so I don't get any more notifications.
Wow.
Alright, so
But yeah.
first thing, well, yeah, I'm looking on your forms since that's what I mainly start with all of my clients, and the first thing that you put on what some things you would like to talk about are the creative aspects of music.
Through that. Yeah. Creative aspects is more of like it's more leaning into sort of like purpose rather than and how that kind of like goes into effect of how people really like create their stuff. And that if that correlates, mainly because it's like because obviously, you know, you got to respect the people who do music just for the music, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's where like the passion comes from. And I mean, like there's no shame in like having passion, obviously, you know, you're human, do you, but I feel like the more like respectable artists or the ones who put more of their more of like a personal touch to their music, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I do all the
Mainly,
time.
yeah. And I feel like that is often overshadowed by, put it simply, either like hype, bias, or any sort of like not malicious intent, but more of like egotistic intent. That, and also it's sort of like it's because like it's not that like the music, like if I could word it correctly, for lack of a better term, it's more of like people often like they don't really focus on like the ones who are putting the most out there when it comes to messages.
Yeah.
And such, because it's more directional. It's more of like a purposeful kind of event, you know, that people put into albums and such, whether it be like a song, even if they do it like rarely, you know, because that's what necessarily stands out to people whenever it comes to music in general. It's when it hits in which it makes it important, you know.
Definitely. So, with you talking about all the thematic concepts in music, what are some concepts or portrayals that you do in your own music?
In my own, I feel like the best example of that I could say would probably be like my more like recent work, which was last year, of like Sounds of a Dying System, that album, in which it kind of just like explores like it's more like an open yet specific kind of theme, but put simply, it's more of like separation, reconciliation, and acceptance of yourself from any sort of like relationship, friendship, bond, acquaintance, whatever have you. You know, it's certain losses that bring some sort of like air, like a fresh breath of air after such acceptance.
Yeah.
You know.
So.
And plus, many people told me before that the album made them cry.
Oh, don't worry. I cry to a lot of music all the time, so you're not alone. So your most recent one, Sounds of a Dying System, was based around loss?
Loss, and at the same time more of like self-discovery.
Oh, yeah. Do you do your artwork handmade or digitally?
I do both. I mean, like for the cover of Calling, Locating, Discovery, that one was digital. The one I did for Blood Matter, the streaming cover, because the Bandcamp cover is different, but the streaming cover is like editing. And the more recent one, Sounds of a Dying System, that one was, yeah, that was like on paper. I was just making sketches and such, and then I made that one, and I was like, oh, that fits. So I used. But yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of your album covers look like you did it, handmade, then photocopied it digitally.
Yeah. That's how I occasionally do so, and bro, and if you want to know my favorite cover, it's probably it's probably like probably the Bandcamp cover of Blood Matter. That one looks fresh. I can't hold you.
Yeah, it looks so good. The sunflower in the eye.
Truth.
Do you do a lot of mixes? Because looking on your Bandcamp, it looks like you do, Burning 63 director's cut.
Director's cut. The director's cut. That's a I mean, I'm working on the current version now, but it's like that one is like it's like a collection of scraps from like my 2023 debut, in which I'm currently reworking that because, well, to put it quite simply, the original album it pretty much sucked ass. pretty much did, and yeah, I'm currently like reworking everything. If anything, you can call it a remaster.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and for the 1 year anniversary of that album, yeah, I decided to put out the director's cut, which is just full of like scraps from the recording sessions of that time.
Do you work with a lot of samples, or is it primarily instrumental, like actual instruments?
I mean, when I first started, back in like 2020, like late 2020,
yeah,
I was it was like hardly any samples and such, and then like since like 2021, I think it was like 99% samples. There's like hardly any moments since then in which like I didn't use like a sample or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like the only time in which like the last time I ever did anything where it was like a synth or anything like that, like no sample at all, was actually in the new album. It was at the beginning of track 4. Yeah, track 4 was like a little like ding, ding, or some shit. But yeah, that was the last time.
So your work is primarily sample-based now, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, everything's sample-based.
It's weird.
And it's pretty fun.
I love the, juxtaposition of that with the sample-based music compared to the handmade art and not digital art, per se.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? Is that like I feel like it's not that like that I don't like photoshopped covers or anything like that, or like editing.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's more like I feel like people to kind of just like it kind of just brings out your creativity even more if you just use like art that's like handmade by you or someone else.
Yeah.
Whether it be commissioned or anything, I don't know. It kind of just like feels more natural, or at least to me it does. That's why a lot of the covers that I use nowadays, they're like, it's either like a photo of something IRL or it's like a little like sketch or anything. But I do plan on like making full on art pieces for covers, since I already have like finished ones that I've yet to use for stuff.
Yeah. Do you have any? Yeah. Well, you talked about this at the beginning when we first started, but do you have any up and coming projects, either artistic or musical?
That's I mean, earlier this year I did announce that I would be dropping an album this year. It's titled "The Tale of Forever's Thereafter," because I was originally supposed to. In fact, I was originally supposed to drop an album December last year.
Oh wow!
Like I'm a workaholic. I can't even hold you, bro. I make like 4 albums at once. I just hardly release anything. I just hardly release anything.
You have like 50,000 outtakes.
Pretty much, bro. for Burning 6-3, I kid you not, after the album initially released, there was like at least a good like 60 tracks left over.
Oh my god.
And to this day, only like I think 20 are still unreleased. And I was like, holy shit, did I really make that much?
You can make a whole outtake album if you wanted to at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I kind of did already with the compilation album that I did last year, where it was just full of like outtakes and such. Because it's like, hey, you know, like I gotta give like some songs a chance, you know,
Yeah.
like even the ones that suck ass. Because it's like, yeah, they stay locked up, but you know, perhaps someday, like the remaining few are gonna release.
Yeah.
I just don't know how.
Oh my gosh. If there was one,
Because
yeah, if there was one goal that you would try to strive for, either in your musical career or yourself as a person, what would it be?
mm, I feel like one thing I would like strive for mainly, like because I tend to often mix personal subjects into the music that I put out. So it's more of like I aim for the music that I put out to more or less like hit the listener. I mean, like obviously there's lyrics and such, but
Yeah.
if but obviously most people like no disrespect, most people they only listen for the tune. They don't necessarily be like genius readers or anything like that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's all right, you know. Not everyone's supposed to be a researcher in anything, you know.
Yeah.
It's just the ones that come by and which is like, oh, thank you. But it's like, yeah, it's like, but yeah, it's more or less I want to like hit the listener more, you know, like make them dance, make them have fun, make them cry, make them laugh, you know,
Yeah.
like all sorts of like aspects in that, because it's like I've already proven to myself that I can do that, you know. It's just I need to enhance it more, bring a better quality to it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what I want for at the end of the day. It's to kind of just affect the listener, whether it be in a good way or not, you know, and all for good intent. Because I worded that pretty bad.
Well, since we're on the topic of emotion and music, is there any album that's made you cry before other than your own?
Oh, I would say. There was a track. There was a track a couple days ago, actually, that I kind of had like a bit of like a movement to. It was probably it's a bit of a classic, but it comes from like a little like like it's because I'm Mexican, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that I was going through like playlists and such, you know, and there was this one song by a very well known artist. I was like, damn, bro, that's really life out here, and it has to be El Gallo de Sinaloa by Chalino Sanchez. It's a really good track. It's, mind you, it's all fun and intent. It talks about real shit, but the thing is that it's kind of like a theme song for how like my culture is, you know.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like one of those things where like, damn, this is really like my family, my culture, my, you know, like how like my whole life was kind of like revolving in, you know.
Yeah.
And I kind of just had like a little like step back whenever I listened to it one time, and I was like, damn, bro. And it was like happy tears and such, and I was like, damn.
Well, I probably shouldn't pressure you to talk about your actual culture per se if that made you cry, unless you want to talk about it yourself and how it impacted you.
I mean, it's like, if anything, the culture is like because mind you, I don't, or at least in the music that I put out, it's not that I intentionally like block out the culture, you know, from the music, from the direction I want to take it in.
Yeah.
It's more of like I want to enforce it maturely, you know, not like spew it out there just because of like, oh, because I'm this, I can do that, you know. I mean, like, yeah, sure, I made some raps in Spanish, but it's not like I'm trying to put a lot of emphasis in it. because, well, it's best because if you're gonna enforce culture in anything, you have to do it maturely.
Yeah.
You know, because that's family. That's like, or at least that's a lifestyle. That's a whole lifestyle. You shouldn't disrespect a lifestyle. You know.
And that's one of the hardest parts of trying to emphasize emotion or what you say culture into music is trying not to, offend the target party that you're trying to relate to.
Yeah, try not to, because it's like, because otherwise you'd be a bit of like a hypocrite
Yeah.
or anything, or things may come out as ironic, or things may age pretty badly. You know,
Yeah. Is there any bad examples of this that you've heard of?
that I've heard of. Um, Bad examples in which I've heard of, probably. Ooh, I could probably think of some, but what comes closest to mind would probably be uh, whatchamacallit? Probably if I may say, it was probably a Divine Comedy by African American sound recordings, because it's like it's trying to portray sort of like a message or anything like that. But the thing is that because you symbolize to the point, there's a level when it comes to symbolic messages, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that like there's a barrier in which symbolism becomes sort of just like okay, what are we doing here? You know? Because like there's often many like products in which like you can tell it is meant for something, but based on how it's layered out, based on how it's formatted, it's like, okay, what's the delivery here? I mean, like you can already see that a lot in whatever the hell Kanye does. you know,
Yeah.
because like you can tell like a lot of these, it's mainly because of like people like who often misuse aesthetics, if anything.
It's often
You know,
always misusage. Yeah.
yeah, it's always often misusage, and and obviously, there's like other artists, who do so just for the aesthetic, just for like the laughter and such, while they have like fun in the music. You know, it's not that it's not that like you shouldn't have fun in the music when using the aesthetics. It's just based on how you're gonna do the aesthetics, in which whatever you pull off in the music can either like live up to it, or it's gonna completely fuck you over.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's very apparent in like not only like and it's more apparent in like hip hop scenes rather than like instrumental scenes, mainly because of like the topics, they just don't correlate to anything of what they're trying to portray.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's also very one-sided too. With instrumental and the stuff that you and me try and make, it can very broadly be loosened out into a variety of genres. Meanwhile, hip-hop,
yeah,
like you said, is very linear, and if it doesn't hit, then it's, just plain bad at that point.
yeah, you know, and like the thing is right. There's often like other cases in which like the music is really good. It just has it just has the incorrect aesthetic to fit it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like other examples of that would probably be like whenever like a mainstream artist will like use like an old family photo, right? And then the
Oh.
music is just them like just being braggadocious.
That, yeah.
Because like you see that a lot whenever it comes to like mainstream stuff. Not that all mainstream hip hop is bad, like there's like really good like takes on that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, when it's treated that way, it's sort of like just disrespectful,
Definitely.
and especially disrespectful toward their own past whenever they use like a kid photo of themselves,
It's just
like 21 Savage.
It just tickles me the wrong way, just the difference in how they talk about the song versus what is portrayed visually.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some who do it intentionally that tricks the listener into being like, oh shit, this actually does fit into the cover. You know,
Yeah.
because like obviously like a lot of things are possible with what you can do with audio and visuals. You know, but there's some cases in which like I said before, like what are we doing here? You know, like you have all this layered out so beautifully just for the music to sound like a copy and paste for 15 tracks in a row.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man.
Do you like variety in music, or when you listen to like an album per se, do you expect it to be like one, style?
I mean, for me, it's more of like it's not that I necessarily look for variety in everything. It's more of like if an album is going towards a direction, I can tell what the direction is it's going in and if it can perform it pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is that like um let's say if you're gonna make an album that's like folk based, you can still do tricks with folk, you know, to make it sound like a different genre. I mean, a good example of that would probably be like whatever like Dave Bixby did in Ode to Quetzalcoatl, where it kind of sounded like prog rock in like some aspects, but it's also mixed with folk. You know, you can still do mutations with whatever genre you can do, but for the most part, I mainly look for just sort of like it's both like realistically, I look for catchiness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, that and also if I can simply just put like if I could just enjoy it, you know. Like the artist can take whatever direction they want. I can enjoy it, you know, like but it all depends on sort of how how like what I'm expecting for the artist to do with an album such as like an ambient album or a abstract hip hop album or just like instrumentals and such, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say probably more of like just more of like direction uh rather than like variety, unless if there is variety in which like it makes for like a very like cohesive experience.
Definitely, definitely.
But hey, you can still have fun though. It's up to you.
So,
Yeah.
kind of going off the rails here, but as I'm looking through your original form that you submitted, you also want to be involved in different areas. Could you elaborate on that?
Different areas. It's more of because like it's been like in the 5 almost 6 years that I've been like doing any sort of like arts and all that,
Yeah.
whatever have you, it's more of like it's always been contained to only myself, you know. And obviously, you know, I have a lot of like other like musical connections as well that I just never really decided to take the advantage of.
Yeah.
Like I mean, hell, like last year, like for Freshwater Media, I did their 7-Eleven compilation, and that was the first ever compilation I was ever a part of in the years that I've been doing this.
Oh wow.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's put simply that I simply just want to be like more involved in collaborations, if that makes sense.
Like getting your name out.
Yeah, sort of like that, yeah. Because like at the same time I want to have like a good like record of like, oh, I did this and I did that, but all of it was in good name, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm expected to attend to not attend but to be a part of like my first ever like URL fest soon, you know.
Yeah.
Because like although I have been doing this like type of music for long, when it comes to opportunity taking and such, I just never really had like that much experience.
Yeah.
So it's more of like, oh, I want to be on this, I want to be on that. Mainly because it's like why not? You know, like I want to expand on what I could do now that I'm like recognized as like an artist to some people or something like that.
What would be your big passion project or project in general if you ever got the fame that you desired?
Mm, I mean, I'm kind of already working on one because it's like there was an album that I've been working on for the past like I think 5 years now,
Wow.
and and I remember last year I was like doing like a whole like year long rollout for it because I thought that I would finally like be done with the album that year because like I already spent since like 2021 just like constantly working on the album, reassorting the album, scrapping and remaking the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then like at the end like nearing the end of 2025, I just all of a sudden just scrapped it, did Sounds of a Dying System instead and just made that in like 3 months and then just put it out. But it is like a very passionate one though, mainly because it's mainly because like although in my music it's like all open yet specific, you know, your definition of what this album means to you or what this song means to you is completely up to you. Anyone can have their own definition as to what songs on Colin O'Kane Discovery, Bled Matter, Sounds of a Dying System can mean to you,
Yeah.
you know. But for the album that I've been working on for so long, what separates it from any other album or tape or whatever have you that I've done, it's all me. Like it's all me. It's not necessarily dedicated towards like any sort of like subjects or anything. It's dedicated to my personal life, you know, in all of its entirety. It still runs by the motto that I give myself of open yet specific, but it does so in the sense of where it's all about like a family almost.
And yeah, and then
And I'm sorry, you go on.
I was gonna talk about how it ties back to the culture you started talking about earlier.
Yes, sir. And yeah, it's like it's always been like focused on that. Like I've done way more preparations for this album than I did with any other one, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess it makes kind of like an awkward gap in my discography before I scrapped it because I was releasing like promotional singles for it, like that I would put out like month by month that would lead up to like the eventual release of it.
Yeah.
And it kind of just left an awkward gap of like a run of singles that were meant for this album only for like a completely different one to come out.
Hey, that's all the fun of interpretation, eh?
That is. And I guess you could say it also makes for a little like, oh, so this is what was going on with this artist at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It kind of just builds upon that.
Like a sort of life capturing camera moment.
Yeah, pretty much. You know? Like when it came to the singles, because like they were supposed to represent like the sounds that the album would eventually have, you know, like the single No Joke / Sunshine Vein, it was supposed to represent like the jazzy upbeat tunes, and the second part would be like the sort of like soulful moment, you know. The track that followed after, You'll Find It All in the Rain, in collaboration with my guy Sammy Dot. Shout out to bro, love him. That one was more of like the intensity that it represented, and there was a single that dropped that before that, but I won't speak on it because it's like the track is ass.
What?
But that's okay though. But yeah, and after that, you know, and then I would start dropping EPs and such like out of nowhere. That would be like, oh, this is supposed to represent this of the album. This is supposed to represent that of the album. But that's all right if it doesn't follow through though. Mainly because it's like, well, that's just that's just the way like the human mind can go, you know.
Yeah.
But if you find a workaround, you find a workaround.
So, going back to your.
So how do you?
Oh, you go.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's because I was gonna ask you if how do you put in messages of your own into your own work?
Oh. I mainly just use like like you said previously, the aesthetic. That's the main thing that I try and portray in my music, at least to
Yeah,
convey messages and stuff.
yeah, of course.
Because one of my big albums, and technically my magnum opus right now for the Daydreamers, the Crystal Project,
Yeah,
it starts off Kindle child free, and then it descends into madness, followed by isolation, and then hope at the end. The
mhm.
general aesthetic of each track portrays into the general overall motive of the album, portraying my life as it was to the time of release, because that's the
Yeah,
whole gist of the whole album, from moment I was born to the day it was released. It basically tells a life tale of me, and each track symbolizes like a day in the life of me as I descend down into madness, depression, and then come back up in hope and spirit per se.
yeah. Sort of like self-reconciliation, if
Definitely.
anything. Word. Awesome.
What effects do you use in your music? Since I know you use a lot of samples nowadays, what effects do you manipulate each sample to make your album as a whole?
Effects, it's hmm. That's actually a good question. Hold the fucking.
Like it could be
I'd say.
like plugins or something.
Oh, word. I guess it's a good time to say that I never used an actual DAW. I just used my phone.
Really?
Yeah, I just used my phone.
So all your sample-based material is, deformed using a phone?
Yeah, just using a phone. Like it's not that like I never wanted to use a DAW. It's just that I never had a laptop. I never had a laptop or anything like that. Everything I've done, like ever, was all on a phone, and like the same phone I'm on here with is the same one I've been using for the past whatever time it's been to make all these albums.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, when it comes to effects though, I tend to use a lot of like bassy ones, more of like delayed ones, more like reverb type. But that was what I would usually use for the type of production that I did for all of like 2024, for all of like 2025 even. But I feel like for the more like content that I would release this year, or that I'm expecting myself to work on this year, I want to use like more like raw sort of sounds to it. So pray like exclude all those of what I just said for the type of what I want to make. Mainly because there's like the sound that I would often give off would be like, oh, this is everywhere, this is all that, but it's a bit like repetition, you know. But I don't know, I kind of just want to use like ones with like less effects though, to kind of give like off like a more like directional sort of sound.
Yeah.
And that, and also I tend to also like do transitions into like each track, especially for the ones in which like they have like a beat switch or like a sort of like change in like speed, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I pulled off a couple times whenever it came to like the mixes that I would do, and like the newest album that I put out. It kind of creates like a flow.
Yeah. Do you think you'll use more sample-based or IRL-based material in the future of your music career?
IRL based. Yeah. I mean the thing is, right, is that I could also like use my my ukulele. Like, I mean, I have used it before in like unreleased recordings for an album that I've been working on. But yeah, I kind of just want to, because like up until like until I can afford it, or at least that I have like more connections who can play such instruments, I kind of just want to build myself to where like everything is like original, you know,
Yeah.
rather than it being taken from like a 75 soul bop or anything like that. You know, mainly because it's like well, number one, it's the most natural, and number two, it's like the most like it's the most heart hitting, you know.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like I have like because like to shout out my best friend, Rust Man. She she's really good at playing bass, and like the recordings that we have like together are like so good, and I can't wait to like share those whenever like the big like passion project that I've been working on for the past couple of years comes out. You know, mainly because it's like everything is sort of like, because for that album I want to use like, because if I'm gonna use samples in it, I want to make sure it's ones that are like instrumental, you know,
Yeah.
ones that have like little like voices in them, you know, because it kind of, because if anything, it kind of takes away, I guess you could say, from the sort of like upbeat and natural sound that I wanted to have, you know, the type of like jazzy influence.
Yeah.
That's what I ultimately want to build myself up to, you know. I mean, obviously, I'll still do sample stuff on the side, you know, because well, number one, that's what built me to begin with, and number two, like do whatever you want, but it's still like it's still really fun, you know. Like you can do so much with it.
So,
And so yeah.
yeah. Switching gears a little bit. So, the sample question that you sent off in your form for the Field of Dreams podcast, how did you hear and make you interested in your profession per se? You just kind of fell in love with music at 6 years old, correct?
I mean, I fell in love with, yeah, because like my mom would always like put on like Latin rock when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And I would like always be like, "Hey, can you play that song again?" And she would be like, "Okay, mijo." And so yeah, she would like play that on the car, and I would be like, "Yeah, this is my favorite song." It was up until like, I guess you could say I was like 9 or 10 years old, in which like I discovered like uh like boom bap and such, like those little like 90s like hip hop type sounds and such.
Yeah.
And then like my sister, she noticed I was listening to like stuff like MF Doom or anything like that back when I was little, and she would be like, "Oh, let me put you on game." Because like because like if anything, most of like my musical influence, it stems from her,
Yeah.
you know, mainly because she had like a wide like arrangement of like just taste at the time,
Yeah.
you know. Like for example, if you mention so and so artist, she'd be like, oh yeah, I found out about them back in like 2016, 2017, because like she found like all of her music back in the 2016 SoundCloud era of everything.
Oh, yeah.
And if anything, the 2016 SoundCloud era, it also uprooted, you know, my taste and everything, you know. Because I mean, hell, when I first started rapping, it was over like it was over like Joey Badass beats.
Oh, I could already
And
visualize it now.
yep. And I still have like, bro, I still have like the papers which have like my very first raps in it from like 2020.
Oh my
They're ass, but they're beautiful.
gosh. They're ass, but they're beautiful.
Exactly. Exactly. Like like dude, like I look back on it, I'd be like, damn, bro, what the hell was I doing?
Brother, what?
Yeah, and I used to be like an ex like Eminem stan at the time too, so it was even worse.
Oh my god. I don't even.
It was, yep. Mind you, I stopped once I stopped once I watched any singular like Fantano video about him, which was that same year.
Oh my god, bro. All right.
But yeah, if anything, yeah, like if anything, my musical influence, my love for it does stem from my sister though, mainly because she did have like that taste, like which was like way above my own time.
Yeah. What were your favorite bands during that time, or artists, I guess?
Bands, I would say like it was this one like Latin band, Mana. I always listened to their music, especially like their older stuff. And when it comes to like singular artists, I used to listen to a lot of like Watsky when I would start rapping and such. I remember like finding out about him back in like 2018, 2019 because I would like hear him in like gaming compilations of like Pixel Gun 3D. Yeah, I was a pretty big fan of that game. And I think another like artist that I feel like the artist that kind of just like got me into like making these sorts of like senses out of everything would probably be like call it a basic pick if anything, but probably Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah.
You know, cause like kid you not, when I heard his album like some rap songs for the first time, I thought it was trash. I thought it was trash because like mind you, like I heard of Earl before back in like 2019 or anything like that. Whenever my sister would play like a song from Doris, and I would be like, oh, that's okay. So I decided to listen to him. I'd be like, oh hell no. And then I decided to re-listen to it, and I was like, oh, he's smart as hell.
Oh my. Oh brother.
And I guess the rest is history from that. But I do remember absolutely loving the hell out of like whatchamacallit, a lot of like Sade and Bones growing up. You know, both of them like because Sade was like the soulful like part of it. Bones was more of like the not the lyrical side of it, I'd say, but more of like just like the intensifying sound out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be so honest bro. Ironically, Bones was the one who got me interested in like getting into like more punk bands, such as like No Trend or Rudimentary Penny. Like, I don't know, those were like just like weird, like it's like a weird era, but I remember it like being like bands that I absolutely fell in love into back then.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But I will say this though, a lot of what I listen to does not match what I put out.
Oh, I bet.
It does not. It is not.
It's relatively the same thing for me.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a lot of the same for like artists in general. Because like I mean, like just because someone raps doesn't mean that you should expect them to only listen to like LL Cool J or Obi Trice or anything like that. You know.
Yeah.
Like Mike, for example, like bro listens to Shack Attack and other like soulful artists as well. Because like that's also the art of like soul. Because like most people see soul, jazz, funk as songs they could use for hip hop or vaporwave or breakcore or anything like that. You know, they just see the songs as samples.
Yeah.
And nothing else. You know, and it kind of like hurts me every single time I see like a comment or anything like that, or like whenever like it comes to any sort of like conversation or such.
Yeah.
Where people only see the songs as opportunities for them to make a cool beat out of, rather than like listening to the music itself.
Like hit on this beat, bro.
Like true stuff. Like, and then like someone would be like, "Oh, I can already hear the Alchemist flipping this." I'd be like, "Bro, shut your ass up."
Shut your ass up the dick.
Yeah, true right there, bro. That's true shit. You know. like bro, like put simply, bro, just like tap in, just tap in, you know, because like if anything, you can just fall in love with even more music that way,
Yeah.
you know, rather than listening to altered versions of it 24/7. Not to say that the altered versions can be beautiful and such, you know, they can be. Like nonetheless, in some cases, they can be better than the original song that they used. But you gotta pay your respects to the artists of like the 70s, 80s, 90s who trained their voices, who practiced their instruments time and time again to make the song that you decided to use because you run into it on any sort of algorithm.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sort of like it brings out the actual passion like a musical artist.
That's fair. So, is there anything else you want to talk about other than music? Like,
Other than music, I will say though, the best Adult Swim show is 12 Ounce Mouse.
it's so out of pocket.
12 Ounce Mouse. I will say that the best show in Adult Swim is either 12 Ounce Mouse or Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's either one of those two. It's either one of those two.
I unironically haven't watched any Adult Swim, though that mainly just might be my problem.
Damn. You gotta tap in.
Aight, bro. Whatever you say.
Like bro, 12 Ounce Mouse, like bro, like it's not like I don't even think, because like even like if I recall, even the people who made the show, they didn't even know what the show was about. Like it's like I wouldn't be surprised if it was just straight up improv, because it's just full of like randomness, but somehow they make a story out of it, and it's so silly, but yet it makes sense. It makes no sense, but it does make sense. Like you'd only know if you watch the show, basically.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, bro. It's so funny. And what are your own favorite shows, by the way?
I don't really watch many TV shows nowadays, honestly, because I've been so prioritized in life and music making in general that I just haven't had much time to watch. The only quote unquote show that I watched recently is Beast Games. Unironically.
Beast Games. Wow. Wow.
Oh dang, my freaking headphones fell out. Hold up.
All good, all good.
Alright, we should be good now.
Right. But yeah, like bro, the Beast Games, bro, like I swear, if you watch the behind the scenes like footage of the Beast Games,
Oh yeah.
and I'm talking, and I'm not talking about like the ones they put on like the Prime stuff. I'm talking about like the actual like videos that people would take on like at the places and such.
Yeah.
Bro, everyone just looks dead.
I know. It's like,
like bro, you can tell just how commercialized it is, bro. Oh.
It's honestly, sad in general how, Mr. Beast, or Jimmy is his real name, went from like, I mean, sure, he has like a philanthropy channel and all that, but he lost his like bro personality, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because bro, I remember watching him back in like 2016, back when he had like 1 million subscribers, and he would actually put out like really good, like fun, like actually funny content.
Yeah.
And like you could just tell how organic it was. And then like in 2018, 2019, when the commercializing started to kick in, it was like, oh
brother.
Oh no. It's like it's kind of similar as to how like FaZe Clan like went from like being like a genuine friend group to just a product.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Just that hit. They're just becoming a product at that point, and you're not wrong.
Yeah. It's like it's pretty sad whenever you notice it. Like the biggest sign you see in like commercialization of like anything is whenever the mention of any sort of financial price is there.
Yeah.
Like once you see like $1,000 on like a YouTube title, you're like, yeah, no,
One versus
hell no.
$1 home versus $1 million mansion.
True. And it would be so corny with the thumbnails too. Like they're all like highlighted. You get like big arrows, circles, like and now they're starting to evolve into not evolve like anything, or like sort of like take the AI route.
Yeah, just morph into yeah.
There's just like horrible mutations and like
You,
come on.
you got like a wooden boat sinking on the left side and then the freaking Titanic on the right.
True.
That's just how it is now, but hey.
Hey man, what can I do about it though? You know.
Is there any genuine Is there any genuine celebrities, both personal, both on the internet or in real life that you're a fan of that isn't like corporatized or made a product of?
Outdoor boys. Easy. Outdoor boys.
What do they? I've never heard of them. What do they do?
I mean like it's basically like a nature survival channel, and the reason why it's called like Outdoor Boys is mainly because it's like a father and his sons. They would casually go out and like do like survival trips and such, and it would be legitimate too. There would be like no heavy photoshopping, no heavy editing, there's hardly any editing.
Yeah.
In that matter, the only editing that would be there would be like cutoffs and cuts and their intro, and that would be it. And it would be just like long, like 30 to 2 hours sometimes of just like survival and such, and it would just be awesome, you know. And the boys' father, Luke Nichols, he would often like just have like the comments turned off because obviously it's his family that he's showing in the videos.
Yeah.
And because mind you, the videos would be getting mass attention, you know, like tens of millions per video, you know, channel with over like 10 million subscribers, but yet he keeps it natural, you know.
I love natural videos like that.
Yeah, and it would just be like so like it would be wholesome and also tad bit educational, surprisingly, you know, and it would be all in a good way, mainly because it's like there's like something to it, because most survival channels, they just emphasize the nature of it.
Yeah.
You know, but with Outdoor Boys, they don't emphasize anything. They just let it ride. They don't do any sort of special effects or anything. They just let it ride. You know, if something bad would happen, it would stay in the video. You know?
Yeah.
And yeah, and I kind of just like love that, mainly because it's like they have this like much of like range that they could just reach into, you know. They can make products, have anything in that sense, you know. And they don't. Why? Because, well, the center of that channel is just like nature and family. And they do it in a way where it's just like where it's personal, but you can completely respect it.
Yeah. I miss channels like that, honestly. So it's nice to hear about one every once in a while.
Yeah. And you hardly ever see that, especially with a channel of that size. There's hardly any example that you could like give out whenever it comes to like, oh, who has this much of a fan base but isn't a complete greaseball, you know?
Yeah.
Like you got KSI saying 6'7" now. He's like 32.
You got everyone saying 6'7" now. Well, I mean, last year.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know, like if anything, memes just evolve, bro. In 2018, everyone was saying 6'9". Now we got 6'7".
We grew 69 because 6'7" is
memes do not die; they only evolve. They only evolve.
You remember those like? Do you remember Meme-Aid? Those type of videos,
yeah.
Those type of memes, and now it's just bass boosted toothbrush, and everyone laughs.
Bro, I swear, everything just doesn't make sense, but it's somehow still funny. Like you can just like go on like Instagram Reels, take like 3 swipes, and you'll just run into like some bullshit.
Yeah, you just get a PNG of a toothbrush, put some bass boost over it, and everyone will die out laughing.
Truth. And you just like a random layer of like, you remember whatchamacallit, like 20th century humor.
21st century humor.
Yeah, 21st century humor. Like it would basically be that, but just modern day memes. And it would just be so weird.
That's like a foreshadowing of today with brain rot.
Yeah. If anything, that meme, which like mind you, that was like 2020, 2019.
Yeah.
In which like 21st century humor was like around, that pretty much foreshadowed every single sort of like real TikTok, anything like that would come in the later years, which is now.
And I just love that too, because it's like blatant foreshadowing too, and that gets me every time.
Hell yeah. I don't know, it's just funny as hell.
You just love talking about the past and, you know, coming to today.
Everything, bro, I'm telling you, everything just evolves.
It does.
Everything just evolves. It just reshapes. You know, people always say, "Oh, we shouldn't make history repeat itself." It's always going to repeat itself somehow, bro. It's always going to.
It's just in a different light. It's like the freaking AI verification of today.
True that.
I swear to God, I'm tempted to just kick myself off of Discord and host, you know, the podcast from somewhere else.
Like, bro, I kid you not, I don't even know where I would go. I mean, to be fair though, like, I don't even think I would even have to do the verification, mainly because I already did once before when my account got disabled.
Oh my God. I think
Do I regret it? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the only time I ever sent age verification was to YouTube. But then again, that was like a year ago before the whole trend started recently. Yeah. So I didn't know it would get this bad.
Yeah. I feel like it I feel like it was all like foreshadowed by COPPA when it was first enforced in like 2020.
Oh my, that shit. Oh my God.
I remember when that happened, bro, and I was like, "No, it's everyone thought it would be the end of YouTube when that happened."
And I know what you're talking about too, because I thought the same way too. Then I realized,
like, everyone thought it was the end, and then like, oh man, this is an even older example, but what was it called again? It was like net neutrality.
I don't know.
Net neutrality, I think it was. I don't know, I forgot, but it was like an old thing back in like mid 2010s for like I think it was like a politician who would try to like enforce like just strict rules on every single video or anything like that.
I think
it was an old thing.
I think I know what you're talking about, but that was 2010, so I vaguely remember it.
Yeah, everyone would be afraid of that, like, as like heavily, mainly because of like. Because another one of the effects would be like ads being taken away from all videos and such, like ads that would benefit the creator, and only benefit the company.
And now we got like 30-second unskippable ads, not to mention all the mid-rolls and sponsors.
I remember the old days of when you would only get like 1 5-second ad.
Yeah.
And then I remember like just witnessing the transition of it, going from it always being like 2 ads, and now it's like it goes up to like 4. It goes up to like 5 when you're watching on TV.
I know. It's basically just cable now at this point.
It basically is cable. It basically is.
You're an OG if you remember fucking annotations on YouTube videos.
Yes, annotations. I remember annotations.
Oh man, I'd honestly prefer that over today.
Like I would, bro. Those were so good back then, bro. Like it was convenient as shit. like, bro, and hardly anyone remembers when YouTube had DMs.
Me included. I didn't even know YouTube had DMs.
They had DMs before. Like it was way back then before, but yeah, you could send like messages to other like YouTubers back then.
No, honestly, I
And
believe that.
yeah, and I remember like bro, I feel like another thing that I completely forget is the fact that they took away like the dislike count out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, that was like a jump for me.
Yeah, that was a jump. That and also they recently took down like every single like YouTube rewind.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They
they
did.
fucking did it. And now,
Like
yeah.
I remember finding out about that and like me and my friends like I forced them to watch the 2018 YouTube rewind.
How'd they react?
Bro, they were constantly telling me to just turn it off.
Turn that off, bro.
And, we would just be dying whenever it came to like the campfire scene and that.
We should do the Am I Feelings challenge.
We should do the Am I Feeling channel. Kiki, do you love me? Like, bro, it was so corny.
I swear to God, bro. But would you rather prefer that compared to the 2019 rewind of like top fives?
Bro, that was basically just a watch mojo. That was just watch mojo.
That was just that. You're not wrong.
That was just watch mojo.
Is this Watch Mojo or YouTube? I swear to God.
Yeah, and then Mr. Beast tried to bring it back, only to make it even more, just like watch mojos and shit.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
It was corny.
And then it just like ended after that.
Yeah. Bro, I'm a little bit like a YouTube historian, yet whenever I bring something up before like 2020, my friend would always tell me, "Bro, you're stuck in the past, bro. Get out." And I'll be like, "Bro, you just don't know ball."
Don't worry, I'm always stuck in the past.
It's so true.
Like if you don't remember annotations on YouTube videos, then get the hell out.
Exactly. Like God. Now everything's just now everything's just like industrialized and
Everything's
inorganic.
it ain't organic in the slightest. Everything's run by fucking AI.
Yeah. Everything. Quite literally almost everything, bro. And like the only like sort of like actual content that you would find on YouTube, it would just be like heavily edited like gaming or challenge videos.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like everything feels so fake in that sense, which is why if you're gonna want good YouTube, bro,
You're gonna have to
just click on anything obscure.
you have to find the shit that has like 100 views most.
Yeah. Like I remember because we're starting to put out me and a couple of friends, right? We've just been like doing like VC recordings and other sorts of like BS.
Yeah.
Where we just like do like we would just do like stupid stuff. Like the recent one we did was like a Discord court session.
Oh my God.
Where I was being tried for crimes against humanity.
Oh good God.
Yeah, and I think the first one came out like a couple weeks ago, where it was like my friends Benji and Sammy, they just went against each other in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and it was so fun.
Oh brother.
Love that.
Brother. All right.
But
Well,
yeah,
we're coming up on the 1 hour mark. Is there any like remarks or shout outs that you want to give out before we end it off?
shout out All Love, Zero Base Collective. Shout out my sister. Shout out my mother for always supporting me. Shout out my IRL friends that always hang out from week to week. Shout out everyone, basically.
Everyone that isn't a politician.
And true that. Shout out Palestine. Shout out Congo. Shout out everyone. You know, free all oppressed peoples always.
Yeah.
And make sure you, if you haven't, check out. If you would like to check out any of the stuff that I've made, or any of the newer stuff I put out, whether it be old, bad, mid, or good, however you want to start off. And love yourself.
Hell
always.
yeah.
Even if you're wrong. love yourself.
Hell yeah, bro.
And yeah.
Well,
Wow. So,
any last remarks
uh,
other than love yourself?
and also, uh, simply enjoy creating, because whatever the hell I said, it's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. You do you.
And it's my opinion
You do
too,
you.
so.
You know, if you get yourself behind bars, that's on you.
Okay, bro. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the Field of Dreams podcast, and we'll hope to see you again sometime very soon.
Yeah, had a good time. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for coming, and there goes my dog. All right. Thank you for coming out, and we'll hope to see you again very, very soon.
All right, take care.
Peace.